Hey there, Dov Gordon here, and I wrote you a letter, and I'm going to read it to you right now. Okay? Good. So, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. It's a really, it's a great quote, attributed to someone named Jesse Potter, but from what I've seen online, no one really knows. So, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. What if you're not happy with what you've got, and you're not sure what to do differently? Let me help you with that. That was my situation for the first 7 to 8 years of my own consulting and coaching business. I knew I had a lot to offer, but my messaging was weak. I couldn't differentiate myself from everybody else, and so I sounded like everybody else. I didn't know how to find my ideal clients, how to get in front of them. I'd lose control of my sales conversations. My proposals weren't accepted or weren't closing. My marketing was all over the place, really haphazard. I was working really hard, but it just definitely was not adding up to the clients that I really wanted. I didn't have a simple plan to follow that I actually knew would work. So I was always frantically trying something new. Every day was a frustrating, painful tug-of-war between this inner knowing that I had that I should be much further along and the reality that I didn't know what to do differently to get a different result, despite trying so many different things. So I was caught up in the usual pattern, thinking that the answer was always more information. But what happened is I read a book, take a course, a training, and so on, make a little bit of progress, and then hit a wall. And then when you hit a wall, I think, well, I must not know enough. Go back on this merry-go-round, another course, another training, another program, more information, a little bit of progress, hit the wall again, and repeat. Always looking for that missing something. That you sense that, hey, when I find that missing something, suddenly everything is going to change. After I'd find it, I just need to look at that wall, and the whole thing would vanish in a puff of smoke. Eventually, I came to realize, Dov, it cannot be that you're missing information. Because you could spend your entire life collecting know-how, and you still wouldn't have a fingernail's worth of all that there is to know, even just on the topic of marketing and business. You've got to be missing something else, but what? What is it? I'm going to tell you what. It turns out I needed to more deeply understand the things that I already knew, and I bet a lot of that is true for you as well. So that when I hit the wall, instead of bouncing off and going looking for more information, I'd hit it again. Hit it again, take a chip out of it. Hit it again, take a chip out of it. Hit it again, take a chip out of it. Until one day I'd hit the wall, and then the wall would crumble. When you hit the wall and take a chip out of it repeatedly until one day it crumbles, that is when the light bulb goes off. Suddenly you get it. Finally, you deeply understand things that you've known for a long time. But you now understand them because you've finally been living it. You're no longer hoping to find that magic secret that's going to change everything because you will have changed. And that was the goal all along. You have to change. I came to think of this as needing to get off the path of the charismatic guru and onto the path of mastery. About 10 years ago, I turned the corner and I haven't looked back since. Since then, we've helped hundreds of thousands of people through a lot of my free training, and hundreds of our clients we've helped hands-on to land great projects with great clients and earn themselves a great income by building a simple, repeatable marketing and selling system that works for them consistently. I'm talking about consultants, experts, all kinds of professional service firms who found themselves on that same merry-go-round that I described, new information, progress, hit the wall, bounce off, go looking for more information. You've got to aim for mastery, and mastery happens on a number of levels. Let's look at that. First, you need to know what you want and why you want it. Now, almost everybody gets stuck here because they sit down and they write out their goals, but they may as well have not bothered because 99% of their day they're thinking about what they fear, not what they want. And therefore, they're not excited. They're stressed. They're worrying and reacting instead of creatively contributing. And the crazy thing is, people go months, even years, decades, paying lip service to what they want, to the goals that they say they want, but 99% of their time, their minds are occupied with what they don't want. And when they hit a wall, they go looking for more information. More information isn't going to fix the problem that your mind is primarily focused on what you do not want. Second level, you need to know the rules of the game that you're about to play. For example, if you're playing basketball, you need to know the rules because you cannot break those rules. Either you work with the rules and you leverage them, or you break yourself against them, just like the law of gravity. If you want to be a heart surgeon, what are the rules of the game? They are the laws of human biology. Ignore the laws and you kill the patient. Respect the laws and you can leverage them and save a life. When it comes to marketing and selling your expertise, when it comes to getting great clients who want you, they want your firm, your agency, what are the rules? These are the rules of human psychology. Now, you don't need to become a psychologist. I've actually identified 3 key psychological principles that control the entire marketing and sales flow. And if you know them, it will literally save you years of learning, trial and error. So it helps you get to the root immediately, and I'm going to teach them to you in the next video. On the third level of the pyramid of masteries, you need a process. These are the steps that you follow, the plan, the things that you do in order to leverage the rules of the game to get the goal, the result that you want. So for the heart surgeon, you need a process for heart surgery, a plan for heart surgery. By following a proven series of steps, you can save a patient's life. But what if you understand human biology, but you start the surgery with no proven process, no real plan that you believe in? You're going to kill the patient. What if you understand human psychology, but you're busy with marketing, doing, and you just don't have a simple, solid plan that you actually know works? I'll tell you what's going to happen. You're going to hit the wall, bounce off, and go looking for more information. At the peak of this pyramid of mastery, you find tools and skills. To do your heart surgery, you're going to need some tools, scalpel, gauze, stent, and all sorts of tools. Plus, you're going to need the skills to use those tools properly. You use the tools and the skills to follow your plan, to leverage the rules of human biology to save your patient. When it comes to marketing, you're going to use those tools and skills to follow the steps of your plan, to leverage human psychology, to get plenty of clients coming, seeking you out consistently. Now think about all that information that you're always looking for. Think about it, and I would bet you that nearly all of it is actually talking about the peak of the pyramid. It's talking about the tools and the skills, and not about the critical foundational elements that you need in order to make those tools worth anything. So again, there's a need for that, but you have to see where it fits in context. And that's why more and more information will never be enough. There's one more element, and it is so important that I'm going to end with it, and I'm going to challenge you to do something about it right now. The last element of mastery is that you, today, right now, you have to be the one who naturally causes the results that you want. Now, this element surrounds everything else. We said that if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. Go a level deeper. If you are who you've always been, you will think what you've always thought, and then you'll do what you've always done, and you'll get what you've always got. The results that you have today, the ones you're not so happy with, they are the natural results of you being who you are as a person, who you're being as a person. But the version of you on the other side of the wall is different. He or she has higher standards, thinks different thoughts, holds different beliefs, takes different actions, and therefore naturally causes those breakthrough results. This point, more than any other, holds the key to get off that merry-go-round and break through the wall. So right now I've got a 5 to 10 minute exercise for you that literally will save you, I don't know, dozens of hours this week, this month, and forever. You've got to make a few minutes to do this. It will pay off immediately in how you feel and what you do next. Number one, close your eyes, and for 3 to 5 minutes, longer if you can, if you have the time and if you can, but don't worry about doing more than 3, 4, 5 minutes. Imagine your business and your life exactly as you want it. See yourself with that unique, compelling message that makes you stand out. See those ideal clients emailing you, calling you, wiring you money, giving you their credit cards, and heeding your advice. And because they heed your advice, they'll see that success that they have and how exciting that is for them as well as for you. See the referrals that they send you and the success that you're going to have as a result of all this creative contribution to so many other people. Number two, take a closer look at you in that movie that you just played in your mind. Watch yourself. What's different about this future version of you, the one who's naturally causing those results, the ones that you want? What does that version of you believe? What does that version of you do that you're not doing today? What does that version of you do consistently that you're not doing today? What is a standard that that version has set for him or herself that they're living up to, a higher standard in some area that you are not committed to yet? Watch that movie and write down what you notice. And then what you need to do is figure out what is your next step today and do it the way that version of you would do it. Raise a standard. Act the way that future version of you would do. That's a third thing to do. And do that now. Pick one next thing, one next small step, and do it with the fearlessness, with the confidence, with the discipline, with the focus, whatever it is that that future version of you has. Take that next small step. It could be a 5-10 minute step. Something, a small task that you do, but do it the way that future version of you would do it. And you have now created a new momentum for yourself. And as soon as you do this, I want you to come back here, and somewhere on this page, you can leave a comment. And I want you to leave a comment, and what I want you to tell me is, tell me something that you admire about that future version of yourself. And leave any other comments that you feel might be relevant for anyone else reading this, and encouraging them to watch this to the end, just like you did. So this has been my letter to you, and keep your eye out, because I'm going to be putting up another video soon, and we're going to take this whole thing to the next stage, where we're going to get more deeply into some of the specifics about the marketing and the sales that build on top of what we talked about today. So come back as soon as you hear about it.